Hello everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Jerome Strickland YouTube channel. Glad to have you back. Hope all is well with everybody. Hope all is good with everybody. Yes, we are back with another video to talk about some more things to hopefully help out your life. I'm not talking about just your physical life. I'm not talking about your financial life. I'm not talking about your life in this matrix. Actually, what I'm talking about is your life outside of this matrix. Hopefully you awakened. Hopefully you awakened from the matrix illusion and started working on yourself, started working on your spirituality, and basically starting over and learning on how to live and be a sovereign being. Hopefully you have deprogrammed yourself from the programming of education, of society, of government, and all of these things. Hopefully you are at that point. If you're not at that point, you should be working towards that point. It's time to wake up. It's time to understand what's really going on, not just in this society, in this world, but with you. Do you understand what's going on in this world? Do you understand what's really going on in society? But more importantly of all, do you understand what's going on with you? Now I'm at the park. It's a beautiful day out here. Look at this. I couldn't have asked for a better day. Low 70s. A light breeze is blowing. Not a cloud in the sky. This is one of those days you just wish every day could be like this. So I want to take advantage of this day. Not only get out in the park and go walking, but make a video for the people that are interested in this kind of information and for my subscribers and things like that. So if you're wondering what I'm going to talk about today, well, here it goes. Today I want to entitle this message, War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds. Or the inner and outer, or the two universes. Yes, there are two universes. There's the inner universe and the outer universe. There's the universe of the awakened, and there's the universe of the asleep. But I really want to entitle this message War of the Worlds. And what I mean by that, if you remember, I think this was back in the 1930s, maybe the 40s. There was a radio program that had came on. Back then, they didn't really have TVs. And so the main form of entertainment was the radio. And after Dad would get back from wherever he was working, the factory or the office or wherever he was working, and Mom cooks dinner, and the kids are home from school, everyone would gather around the radio. And there was a man had a radio show back then by the name of Orson Welles. So one day, it was a regular day, everybody had gathered around the radio to listen to this radio broadcast from Orson Welles. I don't know exactly how it went, but it went something like this. It said, breaking news. The world has been invaded by aliens. There is chaos and mayhem everywhere. So at this point, people began to panic. People began to oh no, what are we gonna do? Many people did all kinds of things. Left their home, packed their bags, freaked out, calling their neighbors. And this went on for a while. I don't know how long the broadcast was, but many people thought that the world was really being invaded. And so, come to find out, that it was really just a radio broadcast, a fictional event. Now, many people think that this was literally a psyop and a test to see how mainstream media would affect people's perception, to see if it would affect people's perception. And it did. A lot of people heard this broadcast and they thought it was absolutely real. But there was a small percentage of people heard that broadcast like, that ain't real. That don't even make no sense. The world's not being invaded by aliens. Yes, it is. We better take cover. We gotta get out of here. We better take cover. And so, you had this split of people who absolutely believed it, who absolutely thought that it was real. And you had these little small percentage of people who absolutely could see right through the BS. And they was trying to tell the people that crap ain't real. But the people were so inundated with fear that they couldn't see the truth. And I want to say that to say this. A lot of people think that was just them testing, even back then, to see if they could use media, mainstream media, to manipulate society or to manipulate the perception of society. And sure enough, it worked. So here we are some years later. We're looking at pretty much the same thing, just on a grander scale, on a worldwide scale. You see, they run tests and psyops and things like that to see how the public will react. They'll do that many, many times before they launch the real psyop. And so, I wanted to say that to say this. War of the worlds, war of the different consciousness, war of the different perceptions. You have two different perceptions. You have two different consciousness. You have two different outlooks. You have the outlook of sovereignty and freedom and love. Then you have the outlook of fear and conformity. What is conformity? Well, it's no accident that the word comfortable and the word conformity is closely related, because people want to stay comfortable, so therefore they conform. They want to stay in their comfort, so therefore they conform. There's no coincidence that the word conformity and the word comfort is closely related. Many people think if they just acquiesce, many people think if they just go along with the narrative, that they can stay comfortable. But in all actuality, it's going to do just the opposite. In all actuality, they're selling out their freedom. But it has gotten to the point where you can't convince some people anymore. The two realities, the two worlds have literally split down the middle. And you can see it in the eyes, the body language, the way people talk and act, that the world has literally split down the middle. So there is a secret invasion or secret war going on. It's been going on, but now it's what they call the final end game. What may be called the final end game. And I don't think it's a win or lose. I just think it's just a total split. And people are having to choose sides. Are they going to choose freedom? Or are they going to choose, I'm going to be kind of quiet because there's a lot of people out here today, which is good. Need to get out in nature and go to parks, and there's a little couple over there fishing, some people out here playing golf. But the world is not the world anymore, it's the worlds. And you got people in this tug of war, this push-pull place where the perceptions are at a tug of war. You got one perception that just totally buys into the narrative, that believes the narrative, that totally abides and complies with the narrative for the sake they don't want to give up their comfort. Because they conform because they don't want to give up their comfort. They think by conforming they won't have to give up their comfort. But then you got this other one, they are willing, even willing, to give up their comfort to hold on to their sovereignty. Not just for them, but for their children, for their generation, for their people, for the human race. And people have come to a point where they've just made up their mind. Whatever I gotta do to hold on to my soul and my spirit, it's worth more than all the gold. It's worth more than all the material possessions of the world. My connection with Source, God, the universe, the God within me. Some people absolutely cannot see this. And some people absolutely can see this. For those of you who can see this, well, put it like this. Even in the Bible, it talks about how some people go into captivity. Every once in a while, the people would go into captivity. But then it would also say, God will also always save himself a remnant. A small percentage of people called the remnant that don't go into captivity. And he uses those small percentage of people, the God within. I'm talking about the God within now. Not some cosmic, force, but the force of love that is within you has a remnant of people that is used by God's source, all that is good, right, and true that is within that person, to go back into freedom and to lead the world back into freedom. And see, the people that can see this, you are that remnant. You are that remnant. And if you can see this, don't consider yourself downtrodden or anything like that. You consider yourself blessed and highly favored because you have found yourself in that place of the remnants of God, the ones that can see this. You are the future leaders. You are the forerunners of freedom. No, it's not easy to stand up in the face of tyranny. It's not easy to stand up in the face of deception. It's not easy to get talked about, looked down upon, people giving you the evil stink eye and all this other stuff. This is why I wear shades. I wear shades when I go out in public, just like Morpheus and Neo and Trinity in the Matrix. Just like the man in They Live, the movie They Live. I wear dark shades when I go out into the Matrix to protect my energy and so I can see with my internal eyes. I literally wear physical shades, not to hide my eyes, but to protect my spirit. But that's another video. But God always sets aside a remnant when everybody else goes into captivity. So if you can see this, you are that remnant. You are that one that has been set aside, that is blessed and highly favored, and God is with you. Not only God is God with you, God is within you. God is the one that cannot be named, that has no name, that has no title. Like I said many times before, if you can put a name and a title on it, then it's probably man-made. It's probably something man made up. But if you can't put a name or a title on it, but if you can just know, the best way you can describe it is the love frequency that is within a person, the intuition, then I believe that you're on the right track of finding the one that is within. Look at that. I love the trees, almost the serenity and the truth. When you look in it seems like, have you ever did this? Have you ever just looked into the trees? Just look into the trees. And I mean, when I look into the trees, I seem to get this frequency of truth that vibrates back out. But that's another video. But just go out in nature sometimes and don't do anything, don't say anything. Just look into the trees. Just look into the trees. And you'll find out the trees or the nature itself will begin to look back, will begin to speak back to you. Yes, it's not crazy, it's not anything like that, but just look into the trees and speak vibrationally into the trees, and they'll begin to speak back to you, because it's the nature, it's the truth that's in nature, that's not part of the matrix. But anyway, so I want to encourage a lot of people that can see what's going on. Hold fast. Hold fast. You are the remnant. You are the ones who have been set aside to usher in the new earth. And without you, the new earth cannot come. Without you holding fast and holding on. You see, because it's not about ego. It's not about being emotionally and egoically invested into this matrix. I had to learn this many times through trial and error, because I was emotionally and invested within this matrix. When you drop your ego and stop becoming emotionally and egoically invested in this matrix, and realize these two things. I'd like to give you two things right now. If you don't remember anything else in this video, remember these two phrases. This is what's going to get you through. This is what's going to get the remnant through. What I'm about to say is what's going to get the remnant through these funny times, so to speak. So listen very carefully about what I'm about to say, because this is what's going to get you through. So you say these phrases, and they are out of the Bible, but they're very true. Like I said, the Bible has been hijacked by these religious folks and used for religious purposes. But Bible, like many other books and like many other sayings throughout all the cultures of the world, has a deeper spiritual meaning. And there are some who can see that, and there are those who can't. But listen to this. Listen to these two phrases. And I want you, while you're going through all of this, I want you to continue to say these two phrases. Okay. Say the first phrase. The first phrase is, he who is within me is greater than he that is in the world. He that is within me is greater than he that is within the world. He that is within me is greater than he that is within the world. He that is within me is greater than he that is within the world. The second phrase, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of a sound mind. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of a sound mind. The third phrase, I want to give you 3 phrases actually. You think of these 3 phrases, and the third phrase is this, and probably the most important. And the third phrase is not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. The spirit meaning the frequency and vibration that is within a person. So it's not my power nor by might, it's your frequency and your vibration. That's how you overcome. Getting in the right frequency and vibration. It's not power and spirit trying to overcome this thing by might and power, but getting in the right frequency, getting in the right mind, getting in the right heart, getting in the right vibration. It is not by might nor power, but it's by the right frequency and the right vibration. Getting in that frequency and that vibration. It is not by might nor power, but by the spirit or by the frequency and the vibration. When they say my spirit, it's talking about that frequency, your spirit within you, which is the frequency, like Nikola Tesla said, frequency and vibration. So if you're in a frequency and a vibration, high frequency and high vibration, regardless of what's going on around you, this is how you overcome. And see how they all interlink. So he that is within you is greater than he that is within the world. He that is within you is greater than he that is in the world. So because he that is within you, which is your spirit, your frequency, and your vibration, the love force that is within you, it's not by might nor by power, but by the frequency and vibration, the spirit that is within you. Remember this. Say these phrases. Whenever you're going through, whenever it feels like you're the only one, whenever you feel like you're getting a stink eye from these people, and these people are looking down their nose at you because you don't have on a mask or whatever. And like I said, I don't have any problem with a person that don't want to wear a mask. Hold on, I got some people coming. So I'm gonna silence, but yeah, I'm out here. I'm gonna let these people pass real quick. But yeah, I'm just looking at the trees out here. I like that water. I don't know if they got fish in that water over there. All right, how y'all doing? All right, sir. I sure don't, man. No, I ain't got one on. Yes, sir. How you doing? But like I said, I'm out here in nature right now. You got some people playing baseball over. Actually, got 2 sets of people. You got some people playing baseball over here. It's a beautiful day out here. And my shoe needs time, but I'm gonna wait till after I make this video. But like I said, I don't have a problem with somebody who wants to wear a mask. You can wear 2 masks. You can wear 3 masks. You can wear 4 masks, which is insane if you do that. Even 2 masks is insane, but that's my personal opinion. Like, my personal opinion is all of this is fake. All of this is a psyop. Now that's my personal opinion. Now if you think it's real and all of this, I respect your opinion. And therefore I would hope that you would respect my opinion of thinking that it's fake. So if you want to wear a mask, by all means, if you feel the need to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you feel the need to take the test, by all means, take the test. If you feel the need to take a vax, by all means, take a vax. If that's what you feel that you need to do. So I would expect that same respect in return when I don't feel the need to wear a mask, and I don't feel the need to take a test. I don't feel the need to take a vaccination. I ask that, since I respect your opinion to want to do it, I'm not stopping you from doing it. Just like I'm not stopping you from wearing a mask. I'm not trying to stop you from getting tested. I'm not trying to stop you from taking a vaccination. I would like the same respect that you don't try to force me to wear a mask, force me to take a test or take a vaccination. Give me that same respect that I'm giving you. If I'm walking in the store and you want to jump to the other side of the aisle because I'm walking down through there without a mask on, that's fine. I don't have no problem with that. Do what you feel like you need to do. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when you feel the need. And so, I mean, for the most part, in my personal experience, and I can only speak for my personal experience, most of even the ones that are believing all this, the ones that are wearing a mask, even they got enough common sense to say, well, if I got my mask on, why do I need him to wear his mask? If I get tested, why do I need him to take it? Why do I need him to take a test? If I take a vaccination, why do I need him to take a vaccination? Most people that wear the mask at least got enough common sense to say it, to think like that. To say, well, if I got my mask on, why do I need somebody else to have their mask on? So, and don't give me this kind of, they're trying to stop the spread and all this other stuff, because it's a very small percentage of people that have decided to hang on to their sovereignty and their freedom, and to show their smile and to show their face the way it was meant to be by God. It's a very small remnant of people that are deciding to continue to do that, and just like this small percentage is just, we're not like, they just think that we're just keeping this going. It's funny how I can go some sections in the city, and it seems like the further I get from the city, the more freedom I see. The closer I get to the city, the more acquiescence I see. Have you noticed that? Maybe it's just me, but yeah. But I absolutely do not believe it. I absolutely do not, and I ask that you respect my right to not believe it, just like I respect your right to believe it. If you want to believe it, that's you. If I don't want to believe it, give me that same right. If you want to wear a mask, that's you. And I ask that you give me that same respect for not wearing a mask. Because if you got your mask on, why do you need me to wear one? Unless you're a narcissist, and you just like controlling people, watching other people get controlled the way you are. That's the only reason why one person would just want another person to wear a mask, for absolutely no reason. Unless you're one of the psychopaths that like controlling people's lives. But like I said, that's another video. But there is a remnant of people out there, the ones that can see this, the ones that hang on to their sovereignty and their freedom, the ones that love themselves, and they love and praise the God that is within them, and consider that the pearl of great price. Imagine, I was holding my camera up too high. Imagine, I don't know, just say there was $1 billion laying at the bottom of this little pond right here. I guess this is a pond. $1 billion in a treasure chest. Just imagine a treasure chest of treasure worth $1 billion was laying at the bottom of this pond. Would you try to go through whatever it takes to get to it? Would you hire somebody to dive down in there to go find that treasure chest for you? Would you do whatever you can to get to that treasure chest if you knew it was a treasure chest worth $1 billion at the bottom of this pond right here? Would you do what it takes to get to it? Even if you got to drain the pond, you got to pay somebody to dive down there and get it if you can't go get it yourself. Well, that's like the pearl of great price. When you find God within you, when you connect to God within you, source, the universe, all that is good, right, and true that is within you, you found it. Can you imagine getting to that treasure chest and somebody, you pulling it out, going through all the work, getting to it, and you finally get it out and somebody say, give me that. You're like, no, I'm not giving you, I went for this. This is mine. No, this is not yours. Give it here. That's what it's like when somebody's trying to take your sovereignty. To some of these people, when others are trying to take their sovereignty and their freedom. Like I said, if somebody thinks it's real and they believe it, I'm not knocking you, I'm not judging you, I'm not looking down my nose at you. In fact, I allow you that freedom to absolutely believe it. So I would like you to give me the freedom to say no. Give me that same freedom I'm giving you. If you feel the need to protect yourself, protect yourself. If you feel the need to, do whatever you got to do that. But leave that over there. This is the war of the worlds, and this world wants to absorb their world. They want to absorb you into their world. This is the real reason they really want to force you to do anything. The word force is a very nasty word. To force somebody to do something, to force somebody to wear a mask, to force somebody to, do anything outside of their sovereignty. If they're not hurting anybody, if they're just minding their own business. Like these people out here, there's a guy over there jogging, there's a man walking, playing golf, there's people over there fishing. They're minding their own business. They're coming over here not trying not to force me not to make a video. They could care less. They are sovereign beings, and they are giving me the right and the freedom to live in my sovereignty. And I'm giving them the right and the freedom to live in their sovereignty. I'm not going over there telling them, yo, you can't be fishing over here. I'm not going to go over there and tell them, man, you can't be jogging over here. You can't be, policing people. That's a narcissistic move right there. That's a psychopathic move. Because, like I said, some people conform. They want to see other people conform like them. But if you are a remnant, remember these phrases. I'm going to get ready to end this video. If you are the remnant, remember this phrase. He who is within you is greater than he who is within the world. He who is within you is greater than he who was in the world. And remember this phrase. It is not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. See, you don't have to force anything. You don't have to fight a physical war. You just get in the right spirit. You get in the right frequency and the right vibration and stay there. And see, when you're doing it by might and all this other stuff, you're doing it from a place of ego. When you're doing it from a place of frequency and vibration in the spirit, you're doing it from a place of love. Yes. Man, it's been 32 minutes already? Wow. But, yes. Like I said, I like to keep my videos right around 30 minutes. But like I said, the Orson Welles radio show that had everybody thinking, that this was really, the world was really being invaded. And this was just a test that they was using even back then to see how they could persuade public perception. And it absolutely worked, because the majority of people actually thought it was real. Go back and research that. And so they do these little tests, and they do these little test runs over a period of time to see how well they go over, and then they'll launch the real actual psyop and try to move the agenda forward. So that's how it works. But anyway, it's not by might nor by power, but by your spirit. So if you feel like somebody's overcoming you, somebody's faster than you, somebody's better than you, somebody's smarter than you, somebody has more than you, just get in the right frequency and the right vibration. And you feel like somebody's trying to force you to do something, trying to force you to wear a mask, trying to force you to take a test, trying to force you to, take a V, trying to force this stuff on you. He who is in you is greater than he who is in this matrix, in this world, in this construct. Yes, I've been watching WandaVision. Man, there's so much things you can pull out of that series. It's just amazing about this woman creating her own reality, but she's being manipulated by other forces, and it's so complicated. There's no way I could tell everything. I might just do a video on that. But if you get a chance, go to Disney Plus and check out the WandaVision series, and do some you probably have to do some back history on that character. It's supposedly a superhero, but it talks about this character who has the power to create her own reality. And but it's very interesting, and it's a lot. I mean, I think it's almost to the point that it's Matrix level stuff in that series that can be pulled out of it. But anyway, it's a Marvel movie, so some people don't take Marvel movies serious, but they put serious things in all these movies. If you can pull them out, just even the Marvel movies, So you can pull esoteric things out of anything. But yeah, I just wanted to drop this other video. You know, there is a war of the world. There's a war of frequency. There's those who have this world of just total acquiescence, total compliance, you know, total conformity, because they're trying to hang on to their comfort, so they conform to hold on to their comfort, but they don't realize that's a trick. If I just conform, I hold on to my comfort. I get to hold on to my SUV and my 5-bedroom house, and I get to hold on to my job. Yeah, you might get to keep all that stuff, but at what cost? At what cost? The freedom of your soul? What profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? I'm gonna leave it with that. I'm gonna leave it with that. But I thank y'all for coming to my video. It's a beautiful day out here. There's people out here walking and fishing and playing golf and playing baseball. It's a very nice experience to be out in nature at the park. It's a nice little city park. Kind of like it's not really on the outskirts, kind of in the middle of the city, but it's a nice little park. They built a nice walkway out here. That's what I want to say, that to say this. Good. If you can't get out in actual nature, go to a nice park and walk. Go sit on the park bench and look at the scenery. If you can find some trees, or like a patch of trees or something, just look into the trees, and it will do something to you. It will regenerate or reverberate truth back to you. Just try looking into the trees and just thinking. Just try that. But remember this. Remember these two phrases. He who is within you is greater than he who is in this matrix, in this world. Remember that phrase. Remember this phrase. It is not by might nor by power, but it's by my spirit. I want to thank y'all for coming to my video. Yes. And I'll see y'all next time. I hope everything's good with everybody. Continue to love yourself. Continue to love and praise the God within. Yes, look, I'm gonna give y'all one more look at this beautiful scenery out here. The sun is setting over the park there. There's a lot of people out here. I haven't seen one person. I'm not saying I won't. I haven't seen one person with a mask on out here. There's people gathering. There's a group of people right there. There's people gathering, kids playing in the park over there. That's the way it should be. People are stepping back into their freedom. There's a family fishing over there. Like, you know, you just saw me walk past them. Nice little family, like a man, his wife or his girlfriend, and their little son. Beautiful family. This is a beautiful environment right there. Look at that family over there. Look at that. Hope you don't mind me filming them. Look at that. Beautiful black family. Just out at the park fishing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Some people over there walking. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day. Beautiful. So far, this is the best day of the year as far as just feeling sovereign and free. So I want to thank y'all for coming to my video. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all stay up, stay high, keep your high vibrations, and love yourself and love the God within. I'll see y'all next time. Blessed. Be blessed.